All right, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the War Room. So, by a request, I'm going to do, I don't want to call this a tutorial because I'm not the best one out there for this, but I will give you guys a very basic opening to Civil War games. So, those of you who never played a Civil War game before, you don't know anything about the age of muskets and cannons, I will explain that to you. And as we go, we'll learn more as we go. There are guys who do this all the time. I usually play war games on a board game when it comes to Civil War. But anyway, let's go into this really quickly. This video is going to be mainly about units. What are the units? What do they do? And how do they assist us in this fight? So this is the first Manassas. Okay, we've been here before. Just a quick note. I don't know if you guys know this, but if you watch these bars, they get weak over time. So the more faded away they are, the more weaker they are. Like if you look at Ewell compared to Bonham, like it's a little less painted in than his. That means this guy's suffered a few more casualties than him. Up here, Richardson's got a little bit of some white showing through the blue. Longstreet's like brand new almost. So I don't know if you guys noticed that. That was actually cool. All right, let's talk about first the infantry unit, the fighting infantry right here. Okay. So the infantry unit in your Civil War is your workhorse, okay? His objective is to do all the hard ground and pounding as anything else in the United States Army, even to this day, all right? The problem is that we're fighting in the age of muskets, which means that they're standing side by side, row by row, and they're going to do what's called a volley, okay? Let's take a closer look at these guys, okay? As you can see, they're standing side by side, row by row, and as they're moving forward, they're going to engage the bad guy, right? We'll go ahead and do this and get this started here. Okay. He's already moving, all right? When he reaches this point, he is going to be anchored, all right? These guys are going to fight and be anchored, okay? What that means is that they're not going to be able to move anywhere else. This is why it was so important back in the day that generals and commanders would make sure this is where we want our guys to go. Because if they're wrong, then this guy's going to be stuck here and he can't move. Falling back, turning around, moving around is the most worst thing you can do because that volley is going to fire into those men and hurt them bad. The name of this game is Destroying Morale. It's not gunfights. It's not how many units you can kill. It's about morale. Here, let's get Kemper over here. Okay. Morale is the name of the game, and that's the absolute purpose of it. All right. I want this guy to break his spirit before his breaks mine. And this is why we had the rows, you have the flanks, and all that stuff. Artillery, there's a lot of misconception about artillery and what they do. All right. One of the big things that they do is they're meant to harass the enemy, okay? By shooting at a distance, they're very inaccurate. So they use canister shot, which is basically like, think of like a big giant grenade over them. It blows up in little shrapnel and little musket balls fire over them and blows up over their heads, okay? The purpose behind that, again, to break morale. We want this guy to stop and run away. Okay, now up close, the artillery, they will switch from canister to actual cannon shot, and it's very devastating. So if you can get this guy, if you can get this guy up here to shoot and use the cannonball, you're going to do some serious damage. Okay, but they're very weak and they do need protections. All right, third and final unit is your cavalry. Okay, now there's a lot of misconceptions in a lot of these games, okay? The cavalry doesn't just go running around and, make circles around this guy and shoot at him. It's very inaccurate. It's a waste of shot, and it doesn't work most of the time. What they were meant to do is slow down a unit. So if I have a unit marching up here, I would send in my cavalry to come in here and, let's say, cut them off here. They would get off their horses and engage these guys with rifles, and then get on their horses and leave. There was actually guys designated in the cavalry just to hold horses. They were the horse bearers. So there'd be one guy for 4 horses. Okay, so there was guys in the unit that didn't even fight. They were just there to hold the horses' reins until the unit was done, and they got whatever they needed. Okay, simple. All right, the best thing you can do is send cavalry in after. There's a artillery guy over here. We don't see him yet, but if you get your cavalry here, let's see if we can get this guy going. If we get that cavalry, is he going to send his courier? Takes time to make the message. Yep, there they go. All right. If we get that cavalry to charge at the artillery unit, that's perfect. Artillery versus cavalry, it's almost always going to be the cavalry unit. Cannon versus infantry is great up close. It's not so great far away. And artillery is used mainly for disrupting morale. So let's speed this up just a little bit. Let's see what happens. Now see, the United States already started. There they are. Yep. Their objective right now is to cause some damage. Let's get the cavalry over here. And again, this is just to show a demonstration. See our boys, Confederates here. They're not even in position yet. There they go. See, now the unlimbering is a little fast here. It should take a little bit longer to do, but they're still working on this game. Here comes the courier for the cavalry. And these guys here, sorry, I'm trying to get my camera position right. This is a perfect example of an anchoring. They're done. You can fall back. Do you want to? Probably not. Unless you had another unit to step up and take over while they're falling back. You don't want to do that. These guys are going to be anchored. He's firing. These guys are kind of just chilling out, which is good. There they go. Nice. As you can see, the cannon shot, the canister shot from the U.S. Awesome. Let's get Longstreet over here. Cavalry's moving. Let's get some. Let's give some time here. Okay. This is where the cavalry shine right here. So I'm gonna press Alt, hold Alt. There shows it goes from the little, bullseye here to the swords. That's charging. It's perfect. Watch this. Again, a very basic tutorial, nothing serious, but just something for the new guys who've never played these types of games. Good luck. Here it is. Bam. They're in trouble. So we just took out their artillery. And when it comes to the infantry, this is what you want to see all the time. You want to outflank them. If you can outflank a unit, like here, it just showed up, unit outflanked, that's perfect. Look at that. They're in trouble. See that red? We don't know what their morale is, but that red indicates that they're in trouble. Beautiful. And then, yeah, that cavalry is gone. Or that artillery, excuse me. Beautiful. When you turn around and run away or you fall back, this is the worst thing you can do in this game. But I don't think they had a choice. I think they got routed, so they're running for their lives. Simply wonderful. Look at that. That is grade A. Yep. Now if you look down here, you can go to each individual unit. Let's shoot long range. But I still have to wait for the order. That's the problem. He's already at his longest range. Formation if I want to. Commander. Awesome. Just to give us a little peace and quiet here. So you saw how that works. Outflanking is absolutely essential. Artillery cannot handle themselves against cavalry. Cavalry, if you're going to use cavalry against advancing infantry, make sure here if you select him, mounting and unmounting. Okay, this is the button here. You want to get them off the horse. You can use them as scouts as well. There's a lot of good stuff here. Evade. Here's your harassing, where you shoot them on horseback. And you keep your distance, which is okay. Like I said, just slow them down, but it's not really a battle tactic that's worth the time. Here goes my courier already for a long range attack, but it's gonna be too late. Now watch. Let's see. Now they're long range. So, but these guys are gone. Well, it's gonna be it for now. Like I said, not like a complete tutorial. Just something to show the new guys getting into this, like what's going on in this game. What am I trying to do? So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it helped you guys out. And if you need more videos, let me know. I can get into more details too. We can talk about command structure and things like that. Whatever you want. Just let me know, guys. I appreciate it.